So it's really about the negative ones that you have to watch out for.
That makes sense. Georgie all the way.
For now.
I've been drinking.
You've been drinking?
I'm actually embarrassed to tell you. I've been drinking
Celsius.
three
C4s.
Celsiuses a day.
Yo. What?
For the past few days.
3 Celsiuses.
Yeah.
Holy shit. They hit different though. Celsiuses like make you feel some type of way.
Yeah, so you need to figure out. Everyone, like if you can figure out what's the thing. Is it the sucralose? It's not like the
I don't think it's the sucralose, right?
taurine. It's not guarana taurine.
No, because every energy drink has that combination.
So what is it?
There's one ingredient in there, in the hundreds of ingredients that Celsius has. I don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is.
I'm curious though, because I agree with you. You get like a guava Celsius, it hits way different than any energy drink.
And like I'm starting to think like, is it a sort of like a somatic sort of feeling where just because it's so sweet, like you feel like it's like the sugar boost? Because that's how I feel when I drink an espresso tonic. Like it's the sugar that gets me amped, and then the caffeine hits right after.
Dude, I don't know. Celsiuses make you like energetic, happy, and like energetic for a really long time. There's something about it, I swear.
Yeah.
Nothing hits like that.
The problem is when you get fucking depressed.
Wait, what? What happens?
When it wears off.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a down on the Celsius?
It's not like a sadness. It's just like, oh, where did all my energy go? I need another Celsius to like maintain this level of productivity.
Yeah, how many hours into that do you feel that way?
I don't know. I should track it, honestly.
I'm kind of curious.
I kind of want to get more data on it. I want to get a continuous glucose monitor.
Is that the next step?
Track that as well.
What kind of wearables do you have to track your health?
I have nothing.
Oh,
do you have an Apple Watch?
No, but I have an Oura.
Oh, okay. See, the Oura, I just like read so much into like the data of these tracking things, and like the Oura isn't statistically relevant for what it can capture. So it can capture like spikes in heart rate and stuff like that, but it's not good enough at capturing that data like to give you actionable results. That's what I
What is better than an Oura?
There's really nothing that captures it.
What do you want to know?
Well, I want to know, honestly, like how many calories I burned, but like you're not going to get that from a wearable. Everything's like estimating stuff, you know?
Yeah, so I kind of agree with you. I was talking with the 2 investors of Oura today. No, not today, last week. And I approached Oura from the point of view of like, I want something to track my workouts. But apparently Oura started out as a sleep tracker.
Yeah, that's why everyone got it.
I didn't understand that.
Oh, really?
I didn't know. I only got the Oura because it looks sick.
It looks cool, yeah.
Because the Whoop looks dumb.
It's
another wearable. It looks worse than the Apple Watch. Like, why would you get a Whoop? This looks cooler. It's a Ring. That's the only reason I got it.
That's the only one I would get. The Whoop, yeah, I would get the Whoop, but like, it looks stupid. Yeah, it's just like a band. It's like a wristband.
Apparently, the Oura has like the best technology because the index finger tracks like there's the lowest signal to noise. That means they can track the things that really matter, and then they mostly track the things during the night
but
that you care about.
Pulse. Everything's going off your pulse.
Is that?
Yeah.
Really?
Like what else?
Okay.
What else?
I don't know.
Like that's what Apple Watch does. That's what Whoop does. And that's what Oura does. And so they track your heart rate variability as you sleep. So it determines like your sleep score. That's why everybody wanted it to begin with.
Yeah.
So you know if you're getting a good sleep or not, and then it's supposed to predict: are you going to be energized the next day? Did you work out too hard? Did you get sufficient rest? But it's estimating all of those things.
Do you know your readiness score for the next 5 days or for the last week?
I mean, I think like you just wake up and you kind of know, I think.
Do you?
I can feel it as soon as I wake up. Like, do I want to get out of bed immediately, or do I want to like lay there for a second? I know instantly. Like, now you can change it too, right? And you can like power through if you like force yourself to get up right away.
Sure.
But I think, I just don't think we have like good enough data on that stuff yet.
Like mine has been 40 for the past 2 weeks.
What is that?
My readiness score.
Is that 40 out of 100?
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's not good.
You staying up late, drinking, not drinking enough
I have no
Celsius?
Yeah, not drinking enough Celsius is the reason I'm not healthy.
Yeah. See, my ready when I drink Celsius, my readiness score is 120.
Oh shit.
Yeah, fucking cranked to the
A
max.
plus level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but for the past 3 weeks, I've gotten the worst like readiness score on the Oura.
Damn.
It's my heart, my HRV, not good. I'm still like breaking records on my workouts. Like I can work out just as well, if not better, than I have the past few weeks. But my sleep is horrible.
Huh.
I'll wake up at 3 a.m. every night, just super like energized. Like I'm ready for the day at 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m.
And I have to force myself to go back to sleep.
I was gonna ask, do you go back to sleep?
I try to, but I sit there for like an hour, like running through like roadmap, features, marketing objectives, like what are the next things to do?
Whenever that happens to me, I start my day.
You just start it.
Yeah.
Really?
I literally like work out immediately, and then like I'll make a cup of coffee and then start coding or like start working at the computer in the dark.
In the dark.
Or like turn all the lights on, but like it's still dark outside.
Do you always start your day with a workout?
No, but if I don't, I have a terrible day.
Really?
Yeah.
So you start every single day
I have
with
to.
a workout?
Yeah.
What about Saturday and Sunday?
Every day.
Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday too?
Well, Sunday, well, you know, because you've come to Pilates with me, but like that's at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
But it's still, you know, in the morning.
Mm.
Saturday, I'd play volleyball and I go for a run in the morning. So it's like a day off from lifting, but it's still a workout. If I don't lift, I run. So there has to be something in the morning. Otherwise, I'm just like mopey.
Do you lift and run in the same day?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
How do you know when to do that?
It's if I have enough energy or not. It depends on what. It's all time dependent too. Like, do I have enough time to do it? And I normally don't. And how hard you go.
What is taking your time usually?
Work the 9 to 5.
The 9 to 5, bro.
The grind.
Wait, a 9 to 5? What is that?
Well, okay, it's not really a 9 to 5. We all know. It's a whatever to whatever.
Sure.
But it's the true opiate of the masses is the weekly paycheck.
Oh, damn.
Right?
What a line.
So actually, I wanted to bring this up. Let's do like a thought experiment here.
Okay.
Let's say you know 10 people who hate their job and they want to get a new job, but the job they're in, they don't necessarily they're not gaining the skills that they would need to get a new job. They don't like the industry that they're in. They want to get in a new industry. They can't quit because they need the money, right? They're stuck in the grind of like, I got to show up and I've got to get the paycheck.
Yep.
How can we create businesses that cater to the needs of this kind of person? And let's say the skill sets are sort of like all over the place. We want to free them from the 9 to 5, right? So they need equity in something, and they need to probably like put time into that thing. And they can apply their unique skill set, or maybe they can learn a new skill set.
Okay. This is interesting because you're basically pointing out a need in the market.
Yeah.
Like from a fundamental level, what would you say the need is in this instance?
Of the worker or of like the market?
The customer, the market.
The market. Okay.
Yeah.
The market's always selling, right? It's selling everything.
But like the person that wants to get out of their 9 to 5.
So in this case, the employee, right? Like, what does the employees need?
Yeah.
They want to be heard. They want to be understood. They want to be valued. They want to feel like they're participating.
Can't sell that.
But they can participate in something that is being sold, right? You're thinking from the product side. I'm thinking from the person side.
Yeah.
They have these skills.
We don't care about their emotions. What do they really want?
They want money.
It's kind of a joke, but yeah, they want money. They want a replacement to their salary that makes them feel fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
Or what do they want? I don't know.
It is that, but like I think it is more than money. Like, whoa.
Yo, there's something more than money.
People value. I think people would pay. A lot of people would take a pay cut to get that emotional support. But let's get back to what is it? What can we do? Like, okay, we're both entrepreneurs. We're like starting businesses. We have lots of ideas. You and I both have a lot of different types of skill sets, and we have people who maybe like don't have the same skill sets, right? They don't have the wherewithal to start their own companies. They're always going to be worker bees, right? And it's okay, like, to be a worker bee. Not everyone can start their own company. you know?
For sure.
And they don't, it's not like they have to work for a company that they necessarily like believe in the mission, but they still have to get value, right? People get value from participating and feeling like they're part of a team, right? And feeling understood, like joining a little society, because when you aren't valued, it sort of like wears on you.
Dude, that's everyone. I feel like even as a founder, that's where your value comes from. Like, are you making an impact in the world?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like, you get your daily motivation from the reviews that are actually positive, the comments that are actually like, yo, this changed my life. Like the emails that are like, hey, this is awesome. At least for me, that's what gets me going.
So is it just psychological? Can these people change their own brains and get value from, you know, their current situation? Let's say no one's giving them props. No one's saying good job. Their boss passes them over for promotion. They have great ideas, but nobody wants to listen to them.
Yeah.
This is like all of middle America in corporate America, right? Can they just like block all that out and then hold on to like the one good piece of information their coworker that they like are friends with and like sends them a funny meme, or like are they holding on to the funny memes to like get them through life?
You have to be addicted to the journey of creating an improvement and like the signal, right? Even if that signal is one person versus 100, or if it's you that's proud of what you're producing and you're like, oh, this is valuable, this is cool, this is sick, I like this design, I like this product, you have to follow that.
But they're not in a position to do any of that stuff.
Why not?
Because they work in an organization that has a bureaucracy, and their ideas, the things that they do like to do, like the value that they do want to create, gets shot down, and they ask for something else, which is not valuable.
What do they ask for?
Have you seen Office Space?
No.
Office Space?
No.
Reports on stuff, right? Just like there's a thing called like TPS reports, and it's a joke.
Never heard of it.
Right? This is what happens at big companies, is that middle management gets in there and they start asking for things, and like the worker bees know inherently that like these things are not necessary, and then they themselves feel like they've become unnecessary, right?
Why? Explain that.
So let's say you're an analyst at a company.
Yeah.
And you're analyzing sales, and you know what the key drivers are, right? You know what the important metrics to look at are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the key drivers are, and then you get passed over for a promotion, and they bring in some outside middle manager to be your boss, and the boss starts saying, oh, I want to look at some obscure metric over here. And you know that it's not going to lead it to any tangible results, that it's a worthless metric, but you have to, now it's your job to sort of like create this worthless metric and produce reports on it.
Wait, but you know the other metric is more important.
Yep.
Why do you have to denounce your job?
You don't have to denounce your job, but your job is no longer the other metric. Your job is the worthless metric.
And you're doing that for a paycheck.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're basically doing something you don't believe in for a paycheck.
You're pushing paper around, right? You're shoveling, you're digging a hole to nowhere, right?
Oh.
And that's what everyone's doing. They're digging holes to nowhere.
And they're doing it for what? Why are they doing it?
Because they've got bills, because inflation, right? They've got rent, they've got pets, price of dog food's going up. They're stuck in a lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's this economic ratchet effect where they've increased their expenses to a point in which they enjoy living.
Yeah.
And, something like 60% of Americans have greater than $10,000 in credit card debt, right? Everyone's living above their means. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's America. Yeah.
And so it's not even that, you're stuck trying to pay your current bills. You're stuck trying to pay next year's bills, right? Everyone's in a hole that they're trying to dig out of. And so you're doing it to support your lifestyle. So
I don't know about you, but I would rather be homeless than sacrifice what I believe in to work for something that I don't believe in. Like, I'd rather live on the street, maybe not begging people for money, because that's never good. But
no, but like you have skills. You could get yourself off the street very quickly.
But there's so many things you can do today that makes you not homeless. Being an Uber driver, DoorDash driver, working at Chipotle. Like, you can do these minimum wage jobs that give you the freedom of mind, where you don't need to sacrifice what you believe in to make an income, where you can live and eat, right? Like I would rather do that than hand over my control of consciousness to an organization that I don't believe in the outcome. Because that's so much more powerful is
Agency.
agency. Because the minute you do that, the minute you take a salary for something that you don't believe in, you're cooked, bro.
You're cooked.
You're cooked. You're going to come home every night exhausted. You're not going to be able to think about anything. You're just going to watch Netflix and go to bed because your whole day is spent thinking about something that you don't believe in. Versus like Uber, way harder job than most of corporate America. DoorDash, way harder job than most of Fortune 500 companies, but at least you get to think for yourself. You're making
True,
less
yeah.
money, but on the drive, you can think for yourself. When you're waiting to pick up that whatever taco, you're thinking for yourself. When you're driving to this person's house, you're like, fuck this shit. I need to create my own business. I need to do something for myself. But if you work for a company that has its own mission, you kind of have to change your belief, your mindset to this company's mission. You hand over your agency. It's way different.
Very zen.
Is that Zen?
Yeah, you'd rather be homeless than a millionaire working for somebody else.
Yeah,
I think
because
it's like
you're not free at that point.
that's basically what the Buddha said.
Is that quote?
So I know a lot of these people, right?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if you work in corporate America long enough, you meet all these people, and they want out. And we've talked about this before. Like, I want to be able to create stuff for them, like give them agency. How
Right.
can we give them agency? So I think you said it kind of perfectly, which is like, what are they craving? Well, they're craving money, but like, what's more important than that is agency. They all have ideas for their own businesses and stuff like that, but it's tough to create businesses, and you have to have a certain number of skill sets. But if you have one skill set, you know, let's say someone is good at like running a website and someone's good at digital marketing.
Sure.
Can we map all these people together, right? I feel like the job matching situation is very poor.
What's the problem in this instance? Like, what problem are you trying to solve?
I'm trying to solve the problem of happiness.
Okay. On a more like discrete level, like more like direct level, what are you trying to solve? Like people in these positions want to create a business, right?
Yeah.
What kind of people?
But it's like literally
Okay,
anything,
sorry.
right?
Yeah.
It's hard to, it's like sort of amorphous.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like this problem that I'm obsessed with.
Right.
That just has seeped into America, where everyone is working for someone else.
Right.
And I want to like free them by building a company myself and giving them the opportunity to work at it, right? That's what I want to do.
Right.
But how can I do that? How can I give them the opportunity before my company starts making money? Can I crowdsource employment to advertise my app, for example? Can I get 10 people who want to like quit their jobs to like teach them to make content, start posting incessantly, and give you equity based on the number of views that you get, right? And is that like a way that you could get something off the ground?
Is that what you're thinking of doing?
Yeah, I think I'm too concerned about other people right now. I think that's what I'm thinking about a lot right now.
How so?
Because I know I'm going to be okay. So I just did this the other night. I did a SWOT analysis on myself.
Yo, what? Break this down.
So you went to business school, right?
Yeah, everyone does SWOT.
Okay.
That is what a business degree is like in a chart.
Yeah.
4 quadrants.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's a SWOT. My fucking life is a SWOT.
Yeah.
So what are my strengths? I have a lot of strengths, right? I can code now, and I can create content now. And I feel relatively good about both of those things.
Yep.
I can do analytics. I can do finance and accounting. I can do pretty much any job in a company.
Yeah.
Leadership, I think, is is one of my strengths. My weaknesses are sales and marketing.
Really?
Yeah. I realized, like, this past week, I've been doing a lot of, like, outreach for Content Squared. I hate sales.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like a people person, though. That's what sales is, right?
Yeah, but maybe it hasn't, like, clicked in my head yet on, like, how to do it, because I don't want to come across as, like, begging, like, try my app. Come on, bro, try my app, please.
Yeah.
You know?
I get you.
So I just feel like it's a weakness of mine. It's like just something in my brain where I can't get over this hurdle to be that sort of salesy kind of guy.
Right.
Opportunities are networking. So much, is going on in Los Angeles, especially in the creator economy, right? Like huge opportunity that's why like I wanted to make Content Squared, right, in this sort of niche, because there's so much networking possibility there.
Right.
The threats are just time that I don't have to work on this stuff. And competition is always a threat, right?
Competition, I feel like, is not a threat.
I think there's some things I want to do with the marketplace where I want to sort of undercut everyone's margin in that sort of sector.
But if you're undercutting, you're not creating value. Like the whole point of being a founder and creating a startup is creating new value. And your advantage is you can look at this from a point of view that you're not locked into any customer segment or any market. And you're creating, like these businesses all serve this current problem, but this new tech or this new evolving problem in the world creates a new problem that these businesses cannot serve because they're either locked in, they're too slow, they can't grow the team to serve this segment, or whatever, right? Like the competition is your ability to perceive like new problems in the market as they arise.
You're talking about like the Peter Thiel sort of 0 to 1, don't start businesses that have competition, right?
I guess, yeah.
I'm thinking more of like the Jeff Bezos, your margin is my opportunity. There's these businesses here that are charging tens of thousands of dollars for a product where the price should be zero, and you should just sort of like take a transaction fee, because then you get more people into the market that way, right? You lower the barrier of entry by creating a marketplace instead of this sort of walled barrier where only a few companies can afford it, right? Going for volume instead of value.
So with that mindset, how are you attacking building a company in this space?
Well, let's get back to the SWOT. I did a personal SWOT, and and I have these. I feel like we always do this. Like we like branch off.
Go on tangents without closing the tangents.
Crazy tangents.
Yeah.
So I have these skill sets. I'm missing a few. Like I feel like I'm missing sales. I'm missing time, right? I don't have the time.
Yeah.
Can I fill the gap by bringing other people in and giving up equity in what I want to do and motivate a bunch of other people to help? Because here, I guess the thing I'm trying to get at is like I have a lot of strengths. I have a lot of ideas. I have an infinite number of ideas, and my biggest strength, I think, is in coordinating all of like the little things that are happening, making sure all the little things get done. I don't want to do it myself, but I know what needs to get done. Mm-hmm. And the people that I'm concerned about are the people that don't have these skills, that have one or two skills, and they're either not using them or they don't have the agency to go build something of their own, right? They don't have equity in anything. There's no 401ks, and I don't know what it is about me right now, but like the more I work on my own stuff, the more I sort of wish other people could be doing the same thing as me, right? Like I feel sort of blessed that like I'm smart enough that I have a full-time job and I can launch a company and I can make content, and then we like sort of are launching like a second company, right? And then like I'm gonna actually also like branch off the first company, right? Like there is time to do all this stuff, but people I talk to, I think like we run in different circles, you know? So, but like people I talk to are like, that's crazy that you're doing all that stuff. Like how could you possibly do it?
Right.
And then I don't feel bad for other people, but I'm like, you can do it too, right? Like I want to motivate you. And so let me show you how it's done. Mm-hmm. Like hop on a call, let me show you how to build an app in 45 minutes. Right? That doesn't scale for me personally.
Right.
But I feel like my mission is to like help more people get agency. Does that make sense? Like I want money for myself, but I feel like the path for me might be helping people get agency, giving them equity.
Right.
Having that value, like, because that's value, right? Crowdsourcing work, that builds equity for all of us. And maybe I need to like give up this monetary equity, this cash flow that I'm sort of like trying to get myself. I give all of that up for a group of individuals that are like highly motivated to participate in this thing that I want to do.
Right.
And then that's just a new way to sort of to build equity, right? And then we all sort of share in that, and then we can do it again.
Introducing Web3.
That's exactly what it is, right? And like I hate making that connection. I hate it. Put it on the blockchain, right?
Literally,
we all have micro shares, and so yes, exactly.
Soon. It's gonna come back soon, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's like the age-old questions, like, do you focus on cash flow or do you focus on equity? Do you want to build like a company with a bunch of equity that
I
doesn't make
think
any money?
this is something that I was going through over the past few months is if I wanted to build a unicorn VC-backed Uber, Coinbase-esque, Airbnb-esque company that's backed by some of the biggest VCs in the space, or do you more to the Peter Levels approach of build something that's super niche that targets a very specific problem and then like automate the process and just move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And I think for my lifestyle, like the second one is way more appealing, right? The ability to wake up every day and decide what you work on is so freeing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're a Peter Levels guy. You're not.
Yeah, but for the longest time, it's so hard, right? Because if you're an entrepreneur in the space, you Google or YouTube founder content, founder podcast, you're gonna get a YC video.
Yeah.
And subliminally in the video, they're gonna convince you, don't work on small ideas, find a co-founder. Like they're gonna convince you to work in a way that allows you to become a company that they can fund.
Yeah, solve VC scale problems.
Yeah, and that's not going to be beneficial to you. So that was very hard, honestly. It's like 90% of the content I consumed for the first 7 years I was a founder was backed by who? Like venture capitalists.
Yeah, and it's like there's a certain lifestyle that goes with it, or there's like a certain value that you feel about yourself, right? Where it's like, oh, I got a check for $5 million, right? And like I get to spend this.
Yeah, it's a flex. Like you can post about it. You're like, I got a Series A funding from blah blah blah. Like it's sick.
Yeah, but like I feel like the real flex is, oh, I've generated some cash flow by myself, right, out of thin air.
Yeah.
With no money.
Yeah, you'll talk to these founders that are backed by VCs, the biggest VCs in the space, Sequoia, A16Z, like they're suffering day to day. Like they also just want freedom too. They want the freedom to create products that like build value in the world.
Yeah.
Like they're not any happier than someone that works at a Fortune 500 company. And like that's the biggest secret in the space.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, right? Okay, so you've got a ton of VC bucks and your company has a crazy valuation, but you don't have any agency. You're the founder, right? But you still don't have any agency.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Who wants
That
that?
would suck.
On that note, I kind of need to go soon.
All right, wrap it.
Wrap it there?
Yeah.
No conclusion? All right, sick. Perfect.
That was a good conclusion.
Sick. I feel like these mics are so much better. I need to get a pair. How much did they cost?
I think it was $340.
$340. Not bad.
Something like that.